Hola chicos, so here we are. We are going to be hitting up here grammar notes 11. We're going to be talking about the near future using ir plus a plus infinitive. So this is your first verb phrase. The cool thing is, guys, this is nothing new. We're firecoptering now. We're taking stuff we already know and we're putting things together in a new way to create something different. So we've always used this verb ir here to talk about places we're going. Like we're going to school or we're going to the store, going to a friend's house, going to the mall, you can go to JoJo's, whatever. In this case, instead of taking us to an actual place, it's going to be taking us to a action in the future. So it's acting as a helper here. So we've always had ir as to go to a place. Now we are going to use ir to take us to somewhere in the future. So ir plus a plus infinitive is a formula. So just like a squared plus b squared equals c squared, ir plus a plus infinitive equals to be going to do something else. Okay, so instead of going to a place, you're going to do something. Like your mom says, clean your room. You aren't actually cleaning it, but you're going to in the near future. Hey, it's 11th period. Do your homework. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's what you're gonna do. You're not doing it right now, but you're going to. All right? So in the formula, see, no, we normally know meaning like at, like a las cinco, and we've used as meaning to, like a la biblioteca, like to the library. It doesn't really translate in this phrase because ir is to go, your infinitive is to do something. This doesn't really translate as anything. Instead, it indicates the, change up the color, future. Okay, so it's going to indicate the future and not the actual future tense. This isn't future tense in Spanish. This is the near future. It's a little different. All right. We have to then understand, my friends, that we have to deal with an infinitive here. We are not dealing with conjugated verbs all the time. In this particular case, we are dealing with an infinitive. All right? You have to remember that infinitives are not conjugated, and infinitives end one of three ways. Think about it. Whoa, just moved my screen. Sorry about that. Okay? Infinitives, what do they end in? Three combinations. You can either have them end in the letters AR, they can end in ER, or they can end in IR. All right? It has to end that way. So the ir is going to get conjugated. So this verb here, is going to get conjugated. The a is going to stay there, all right? And the infinitive is going to stay as it is. And remember that in English, an infinitive is the same as the word to. That's not pretty, but you got plus a verb. Okay, so to do something as opposed to actually doing it. So the difference between to go, ir, and voy, I go. Or the difference between necesitar, to need, and necesitamos, we need. All right, so the way this works, we're going to scroll down here a second. The way this works is this. First off, you have to remember your conjugation of ir. Then you're going to add it to the a, and then you're going to add it to an infinitive. But we have to remember how to conjugate ir in the first place. So yo, what's the form of yo? You know it. Yo voy. Tú vas. Él, usted all share the same form. Va. Nosotros vamos. Vosotros vais. No accent mark, remember. And ellos, and ustedes van. Okay, it's what we're going to be doing. Mrs. Hauk told me something yesterday that I thought was pretty awesome, and I never thought about it this way. But she says this see this up here? The itself doesn't translate, okay? It's not to, it's not at, it's just kind of there. So what she says, and I'm going to draw this, and it's going to be ugly because you've all seen my drawings, but she thinks as the is being, I'm going to make this is a rocket ship. This is why I'm a Spanish teacher, not an art teacher. So there's the rocket ship, and this is taking you to the future. Yeah, that is so not pretty. That does not look like the word future at all, but you get the idea. All right, so it's taking us to the future. Is your rocket ship that connects you and takes you to the future. Ir helps you out. Okay, so this is your baggage. You got to load it up. You hop in your rocket ship, and it takes you to what you're going to do here in the future, the infinitive. I thought that was a pretty cool metaphor. You know me, I love those little metaphors and those little ways to remember things. All right, So the best way to deal with this is to deal with this in terms of examples. Okay, and my examples aren't going to fit on the same page as yours. Mine are going to go down a little bit, but that's okay. We'll just move around. You're fine. You can flip the page. You got the right idea. All right, here we go. So let us talk about our friend Laura. All right, and we're going to have her going to be a doctor. Okay, so here we go. We are going to deal with our friend Laura. So there, whoops, I'm going to make this red, make it stand out a little bit more so we know it's our answer. Laura, oh, okay, is going to be. Here we go. Now, I'm going to change the color on this just so it stands out a little bit. I'm going to make the verb green, all right? Is going. Remember, is going is all one word. Ba. Hop in your rocket ship. Ah. Now we need the verb for to be. Well, it's not how we feel or where we are, so we won't use the verb estar. She's going to be a doctor. It's what she's going to be. It's her characteristic. It's her profession. Ser. Okay? And then what she's going to be is a doctor. Okay? Now, typically speaking, we don't connect ser with un or una. We just say médica. That's a little thing in Spanish that you don't really have to worry about right now, but it's a thing. You don't usually put definite articles. I'm going to make this bigger, or indefinite articles with ser, médica. Okay. So you would want to put una. Don't worry about it right now that you're not going to use it, but you really aren't. Okay, that's a thing we'll work on more later on. All right, here we go. You are going to walk to the city, right? All right, let's make this stand out a little bit. We are going to make this red. So y'all. All right, we're going to assume y'all is ustedes. We don't know it's informal, so we're going to make it ustedes. All right, so now I'm going to change my color to green here. All right, are going to walk is what we're going to do. So you are going, that's your van. Hop in your rocket ship. The verb to walk. It's not a pie. A pie translates as on foot. To walk. Caminar. In the city. Oops. Switch that back to red. I just want to make the verbs stand out really well for you. Okay. En la ciudad. Ooh, right? Ooh, look at that. That's our fun new tag word. Actually, this isn't a new one. This is an old tag word. All right, I'm going to need my upside down question mark. Switching it over to Spanish so I can grab my question mark here. Because as I've said before, my Alt keys and my Control keys do not work for some bizarre reason. I still can't seem to get that figured out. ¿Verdad? Question mark. All right, I'm going to take this off of Spanish to get my question mark back on my keyboard the way I want it to be. So, ustedes van a caminar. You're going, hop of the rocket ship, to walk en la ciudad. ¿Verdad? All right, let's eat. All right, so let's do something. Not let's go to a place, but let's do something uses the same phrase we used last time for let's go. So we said like let's go to the doctor or let's go to school or let's go to the movies. We just said vamos. So you're going to use vamos. Whoops, I'm going to make that green because this is our verb phrase. I'm going to make that bold. Okay, vamos a, that's your rocket ship, because we're now not going to be going to a place, we're going to be doing something. And the verb is comer. Okay, let's eat. So that's how you translate that one. Let's eat. Oops. Switch that over. In would be en. My favorite restaurant. Me. Okay, remember, favorite is an adjective. Adjectives go after. So we have to do restaurante favorito. Boom. There we go. All right, a couple more examples because these make so much more sense. The more you do them, the more you will remember them. Okay? So here we go. We're going to pull this over, make it stand out a little bit. Paul and Maria. Here we go. So we have Paul y Maria, which normally has an accent mark on it. I'm just going to skip it for now. All right. Switching this over to green because this is our verb now. Are going to go. So are going. There's our helper verb. For Paul y Maria is van. Hop in your rocket ship. Now they're going to go. The verb to go is ir. You can use ir again. This is your conjugated form of ir. That's your helper. What you're going to do is actually go. So using ir again is totally okay there. That throws people a lot of times. It's really not a problem. Just throw it in there. You're going to go to the big museum. Okay, so you're going to but it's the museum. So it's al museo because big is going to go after grande. Al museo grande. All right. Two more. This one, my friends, is in question form because I know how much you love you some questions. Here we go. So let's pull my upside down question mark over first. That is the first thing. Here we go. Pull it up. Boom. Boom. Upside down question mark. Phenomenal. Switch it back to English right away so I don't forget. All right. Now, it is a question. Are going to read. So technically, guys, are, see this bold? Are is technically part of the verb. So are going to read. You got to do the verb first. The verb goes first when it's a question. There's no interrogative here to deal with. It's not what, it's a yes no question, so you put the verb first. Was, because it's to. A, read. What's the verb to read? Leer. Vas a leer, okay? Now you need your subject. So who are we talking about? Tú. Let's pull up my accented U. There we go. Make that big again. Vas a leer tú the newspaper. Ooh, there's an oldie but a goodie. Remember it? El periódico. Accent mark over that O and periódico. Make it big again. Periódico. There we go. And then question mark. Last but not least, like I said, these work better in examples. It's the best thing you can do is just do them, do them, do them. All right, here we go. Last one. Boom. Hey, let me go here. Cool. There we go. Maybe. It's not letting me. And I don't know why it's doing that to me, but we got the idea. We're going to pretend there's a period at the end of that sentence. It's totally fine. All right, so who is my subject? I. Yo. Uh-oh. Am going to take. There's your going to take. Remember the am is part of the going. Okay, going to take. Bump. Oops, we're going to make the yo red. I don't know why it's not yo. Okay, am going to take. Boom. So we're going to need green here. Bump. Boy would be your am going. Okay, as your rocket ship, what are you going to do to take? Tomar. What are you going to take? The bus. All right, remember the word for bus? Oldie but a goodie. El autobús. We're going to need an accent mark over that U. Boop, boop. There we go. Okay. Okay, to the store. A la tienda. Okay. Now, in English, we would just say downtown. In Spanish, you have to say basically in the downtown or to the downtown if you're going there or where you are. Right now we're talking about being there, not going there. So we're going to say en el centro. And it's a non-literal translation. It's just the way it works. Okay? So there you go. There's ir plus a plus infinitive. My ridiculously funny looking rocket ship, but you get the idea. All right? So we're taking places or taking ourselves to actions in the future rather than places in the future. You have questions? You know where to find me. Bye-bye. Adios.